Okay.
All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night from wherever you are around the world. This is AS Eat the Pair, joined as always by Old Dirty H.
Hello.
All right, so today we're going to be looking at a Division Two match. So we've got on the screen here Division Two the records currently. AL is 1-0, Strat is 1-0, Call of Daddy is 0-0, Alia Lacta Est is 0-1, and Lat T2 is 0-1 as well. Today we're going to be casting Call of Daddy versus AL. This should be an exciting match. It's not immediately clear to me who the strongest players are, and Call of Daddy hasn't played yet, whereas we saw AL win against Lat Team 2. Let's take a look at the players here on each respective team. So on Call of Daddy, we've got XXX Daddy, Fatabi, Troll, and Psychologist. And on the other side, we've got, on AL's side, we've got Loki, Kokoro, and Kike. What do you think? Who do you think this matchup favors?
Yeah, well, like you said, we got to see AL. It was only a 2v2, so again, it wasn't given the full effect of what they are. I'm very familiar with all the AL players and all the Call of Daddy players, actually.
Yeah.
I do like you got two AS players that are representing with Daddy and
Yeah.
Psychologist,
Yep.
so that's nice.
Yep.
It's kind
Definitely.
of a mini AS team. Fatabi's good, and Troll, aka Bybreak, is also solid. I'm going to give the slight edge to Daddy because I think they're just a little bit more cohesive as a team, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I'm really interested to see what sort of strategies come out of both of these teams, and also what sort of what sort of gameplay. Because I personally have played with a bunch of these players before, but I haven't played with them recently. So I'm really interested to see if they've improved, if they've been practicing, and also I'd really love to see some awesome teamwork coming from these teams.
Yeah, agreed.
Before we jump into today's game, we have some quick just check-in things. First of all, if at this point you haven't finished your week two games, you should have either contacted Connor or gotten them in. The deadline was yesterday, and so now we're beginning to schedule week three matches. So please schedule. Please be scheduled. I realize. Oh wait. Today's Thursday, isn't it? Not Tuesday. I'm so messed up
Yeah.
this week. I'm so sorry. Anyways, you should have gotten your week two matches a while ago and do your week three matches. Okay, so let's take a look at this. If you like our work here and you like to watch these broadcasts and you want to support the tournament by adding to the prize pool, there is a donation link right on this front page here. This is a GoFundMe for the Nordic Classic. If you have a little bit of money to spare and you would like to help out and donate to add to the prize pool to make things a little bit more exciting, that would be really awesome. The prize pool donation link is also in the description of this YouTube video and live stream, as well as the front page link to the Nordic Classic. All right, let's just jump into the game, shall we?
Yeah, you want to talk the bands real quick?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to pull up resignations. Okay, so bands. So AL banned Lakota, Indians, and Greeks, whereas Call of Daddy have banned Lakota, Indians, and Aztecs. We don't see Lakota as much as I thought we would, but we do see Indians, which is definitely an interesting band. What do you think of that?
Interesting ban, and we've seen a lot of Greek Aztec ban in the tier 4, so that's kind of typical. But yeah, we usually get to see Jap Brit is usually the tier 1, tier 2 bans. So I'm wondering if we're gonna actually get to see some Jap play and some British play.
Yeah,
That would be
definitely.
nice.
1 second. I'm gonna adjust the audio slightly because I think the music is a little loud. Give me 1 second. Um, all right, Oldie, can you talk for a little bit just so I can hear you?
Getting ready to start here. This is week 2 series. AL versus Call of Daddy.
Okay.
Good
All right.
matchup here, and hopefully we'll get a. These are 3 versus 3, I'm presuming. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Let's. I think I adjusted the things so the music's not too loud. For those of you in the chat, please let me know if the music is too loud. Worst case, we can turn it off. But I always like Rise of Nation soundtrack is really excellent. So Indians. Sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained. Indians. How do we feel about this? A little weird ban, I think.
Yeah, a little weird. I guess it's the elephants and the quick building builds. I know a lot of players don't like to deal with those Indian elephants, especially get the free upgrades.
Yeah.
HH. So that's probably why.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And then we see Greeks and Aztecs as the differing bands. Those are pretty standard bands. Greeks and Aztecs. A lot of players really like them. They excel on particular maps, and they have varying play styles. Let's jump into game number 1 here. All right. I'm at 0 seconds and ready when you are.
Ready.
3, 2, 1, go. All right, so we've got AL versus Call of Duty here. Let's take a look at the... so first of all, this map is Amazon Rainforest, and let's take a look at the teams and nations. So on AL side, we've got Locky, Kokodo, and Kike against the Call of Duty side. We've got Daddy, Fatabi, and Psychologist. On the AL side, they've got Locky with Greeks, Kokodo with Persians, and Kike with Japanese. Whereas on the Call of Duty side, they've got Daddy with Japanese, Fatabi with Americans, and Psychologist with Aztecs. Who do you think has the edge given the map and the teams here?
I would actually give the edge a little bit to AL. My logic here is Kokoro smartly took Persians. I think they saw the Indian ban. Maybe he thinks that the other team doesn't like dealing with elephants.
Yeah.
So he takes the other elephant nation. I like that. I think Greeks are super fast here, especially if they're in a protected spot. And of course, Japs are always great.
Yeah, I think this is this worked out well. I think this map is one of the weaker maps for Aztecs. It's a little cramped. It's hard to raid.
Yep.
And so they can't really take advantage of their bonuses. Obviously, both teams having Japs is excellent. I mean, I think Americans are quite good here too. But if Kokodo can really leverage those elephants, as well as possibly second Civ during Ancient Age or a faster second Civ. It could be quite effective in taking territory from their opponents. And obviously, I think Greeks are better than Aztecs on this map just because they're often the terrain lends itself to booming rather than aggression, which, Aztecs players can obviously boom. It's just they're not as well suited as Greek players that can gather knowledge in the Ancient Age.
I agree.
All right, so slight edge to AL there. Let's take a look at where all these players have spawned. So it looks like Daddy is in the top with a Psychologist in the pocket, and then Fatabi on the bottom-ish, who has spawned across from Locky. So here we see Greeks versus Americans. They're pretty close to each other. And then we've got Kike in the pocket with Japanese, and Kokodo, who's kind of close but not as close to Daddy, who is that Japanese player. Oh, sweet. Okay, I can use my mouse wheel. For those of you who don't know, I finally got access to a mouse. So I was using a trackpad before to do the camera, but now I can actually use a mouse. So hopefully this camera work will be a little bit better here. Who do you think this positioning favors? It's a little worrisome on this side, I think, for Daddy against Kokodo. I think Kokodo might be in a bit of trouble if Daddy goes for an early mill.
Yeah, that's definitely an advantage for Daddy. And if you look at the terrain there, he's got a pretty flat plane coming in. That river isn't going to do any defensive help for Kokodo.
Yeah,
it's going to
just
actually
go straight through. Yep.
Keep him pinned. Yeah, so he does have these two little kind of forests right here. If he can just kind of build a bunch of buildings there and force him to come around to that lake, that could help him. Maybe we'll see the fast Civ here, like you were saying, get a bunch of this land and force the Japs back a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. We'll have to see. I think, that I think we might even see a Civ over here to protect Pappy. I'm not entirely sure. But let's take a look at the other side here. The positioning of Fatabi and Locky. They're very close to each other. There are some rocks here, which will probably help out Fatabi in the long run. Americans, you can actually make those Javelineers, and they're not terrible because you get income from them and they're cheap. And so rocks definitely help out there. This looks like a prime battlefield. Looks like we're probably gonna see some towers, some military buildings, some aggression. coming from both of these players because they're so close.
Yeah, this is a tough spot for Locky right here. I think Fatabi definitely has the advantage, kind of just running down to Athens, but we'll see how he defends there.
Yeah, it's also like not immediately clear where Locky's supposed to go civ. Like this spot over here is blocked by trees on the right.
Yeah, I mean he might have to just sit back.
Yeah,
or to the kind of to the side, back to the side.
Yeah.
You know where the other mountain is.
Yeah, and you don't really want to do that in Amazon, you know, because Amazon you want to grab territory, you want to grab trees. Let's take a quick look at the ruins, shall we? So it looks like the Call of Daddy team is just doing much better on ruins overall. Psychologist has a whopping 200 ruins at 4 minutes. It looks like Locky and Kike are struggling a little bit, you know, 2 and 3 ruins. Not terrible, but, you know, also not ideal. All the other players are doing better than them.
Yeah, and you can see that the Daddy team is just revealing more of the map as well right now. So they're getting more scouts out there and just doing a good job kind of scouting that middle area. There's a lot of rares and a lot of ruins on Amazon, so it's very important to get those scouts out.
Yeah, definitely. And I see like a single scout, oh no, 2 scouts, never mind, from Kokodo. Let's take a look at what techs the Japanese players are going for. We do see some aggression here. Daddy is going for that mill one directly, whereas on the other side, the other Japanese player has gone for commerce one.
Yeah, and that's to be expected. And now you're seeing Com 1 come from Kokodo, and he's going to be in trouble here if he doesn't get some defense up real quick.
Yeah. Although, Daddy has chosen to go for Commerce 1 immediately after, which doesn't make any sense. When you go for this Mill 1 build, you put down a barracks and you get some aggression going, you know? Put a barracks down, raid their wood camp. They won't have enough food or wood to get a barracks and military, so that's the advantage. But now Daddy doesn't even have enough wood for much of anything. Where's the barracks?
Unless he's just going to tower and just play a defensive game.
Yeah, but then why go mill so early? Because your opponent's not going to mill first, because they're Persians.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Oh, I see. No, the barracks is near the bottom.
Oh, he's already got a barracks.
Daddy's going to raid the bottom here on... going to raid Athens. And I actually think this is a really excellent choice. I think...
Oh, I see. Smart move.
Yeah, really nice play. And this is some nice team play. Would like to see some more units come out. Another archer, another heavy infantry. Because only now has Locky gotten the library up. I will say Daddy is a tad slow. The barracks should be a little bit more forward. And so
it looks like heads up from Kike here, the other Japs player. He's getting the barracks up just to the west of Athens, so he's going to be able to support his teammate.
Oh yeah, so it's not going to deal too much damage.
Yeah, and Daddy kind of took a back route here. He walked over that river twice. He should have just
just go around.
Yeah, it's going to slow him down there.
Yeah.
A little bad micro, but he's adjusting now. He's pulling those out.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what sort of techs we'll see. Oh, this is some poor micro. The heavy infantry is just attacking the city. Really should go find the wood camp, start harassing, and these archers are just going to walk past each other, just wave hello as they walk past each other.
Yeah, hello. It's like the old Looney Tunes with the sheepdog and the coyote. Just like, hey Ralph, hi Ralph, and they just
and now. Looks like Daddy's going to have to back off. Didn't get anything done in that raid because, you know, there's a city here to garrison in if weakened. Kike has an archer and a slinger, and now Daddy should just go back and try to protect Fatabi because it looks like it's going to be impossible to deal any damage with these. Maybe send the heavy infantry over to Kike's territory because there's no barracks in Kike's territory.
And I like Kokoro getting aggressive here. He's going mill 1. He realizes Daddy's dropped the barracks down there. His capital is going to be pretty vulnerable, so we're going to see some counter raids here from Persian player. So that's a nice move.
And I'm really liking all of this team play so far. We saw Daddy try and help Fatabi with that early raid, and we also saw Kike try and protect Locky with the barracks in the territory. Really nice work. And now we see Kokodo possibly going for a raid. Not producing any units quite yet. Unfortunately for Kokodo, this sort of being Persian is not really the best nation to do it with, right? Because your heavy infantry are not the greatest, but it's workable.
Yeah, when they're a little bit weaker, but that range is nice, especially in raids, because you can pick off villagers, especially if you get them crossing a river. You can pick off villagers much easier than having them run up and stab them. You can just spear them from a little bit of a distance.
That's true.
That's nice.
You see a bit of a skirmish going on with some villagers. Looks like Fatabi has a lot of resources floating and just needs to get a city down.
Yeah. What do you think about the rares? Let's talk about that.
Oh
real
yeah,
quick.
let's talk quickly about the rares. So from the Call of Daddy side, they've got citrus in the far left. They've got cotton, salt in the Aztecs players' territory. They've got copper right next to Washington, marble in the middle of the map, dye in the middle of the map, as well as spice. And then the top there's diamonds and wine, which I'm not. Have they scouted those? They have not
They have
scouted
silk
at all.
also.
They have
Silk in the
horses.
corner.
Where is silk?
In the left corner, west corner.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that. Yes, silk.
Yep.
Oh, we do see this raid denied a city from Daddy here on Kokodo's side. Kokodo managed to deny Daddy's city, and that's going to give Kokodo the prime position. Really nice work on Kokodo's part. Kills a citizen as well.
He did the perfect play there.
Yeah.
And
Really
let's see
nice heads up. Nice move.
And now Daddy's forced to build a second racks at his capital, so it's going to cost some precious early wood.
Yep.
But that's you made your bet, and it looks like he's going to rotate his troops a long way back. He's got some slingers coming all the way back.
Yeah, that's
to the capital.
annoying. We do see here a nice little raid from Psychologist, who is raiding furs with some Adals, Aztec unique light infantry. Let's finish up talking about the rares here. On the AL side, they've got wool. They have Pappy in the top, which they have not scouted. They have sugar and peacocks. They haven't scouted sugar. There's amber in the far right. They have furs, which we saw Psychologist just raids. Relics in Kike's territory. There's bison also in Kike's territory. And there's silver in the bottom of the map, which is excellent for them. And of course, there's gems in Loki's territory. Oh, we do see here some aggression. This tower race between the two. Not sure who's gonna go up first. That looks like Fatabi's tower is going to go up first, and this tower's at 97%, 95? No, it's not going to go up.
It's not going to make it.
No, that's
got to 99.
Yeah, that's
it got
so
to 99,
painful.
but it just couldn't,
Yeah. But, I mean, that is a fortunate break for Fatabi, because I think they ended up a little bit behind here. Some spotty micro coming from Psychologist, just running the units through the river. Going to lose both of these units pretty quickly, I believe.
Yep.
Maybe saves the hoplite? I don't know. Oh, no, hoplite dies. Probably can save the light infantry.
And I'm really surprised they're not microing better around this river. It's not in the spot that can't be avoided, so I'm not sure why they're just kind of cutting through it when you can just stay to the west of the river, do all your battles by the rocks there, and save your units.
Yeah, definitely. We do see some more raids coming from Psychologist on Kike's capital. This is a nice little raid here. Kike's forced to get a second barracks. And it looks like Daddy has also cived back to grab this mine, I presume, which is probably a good choice.
Yeah, definitely a good choice. Just get a city up. He already got one denied, so don't try and press the issue forward. Just step back and boom a little bit. Your Japs, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the military tab really quickly. Just units killed. I'm really interested there.
Sure.
Looks like Psychologist has killed 3 units, and it looks like otherwise it's fairly even. Fatabi's lost, I imagine, a couple citizens here and there, but Kike's even, and Loki's killed 2 and lost 1.
Kokoro's steady raiding up at the wood camp up here
in
Shimoda. Yeah, but it looks like he's going to lose all his units.
Yeah.
Just bad micro there.
Yeah. And we do see here these Adals from Psychologist still being really annoying. This slinger gonna drive them off. Might kill one of them, maybe? I don't know. Like what? Yeah, we'll have to see. And Fatabi gets Colossus in the front city, which is, I mean, both these cities are pretty exposed, so it's not too big a difference.
He's built in a pretty rough spot here. Look where Springfield is. I mean, there's not any room to build and expand on that city, and it's kind of a sitting duck. So I wonder if the AL team will notice that, which they can see it, and maybe they'll push there. But Washington is also pretty exposed, so I don't know. Kind of pick your poison there.
Yeah.
And you see Psychologist kind of built across the middle. He's also in a rough spot, but that's a pretty easily defendable city.
Yeah, definitely.
Just some really strange city placements, because look at Thassus here. Loki's second city. It's like pinned between these two rivers.
Yeah, it's really awkward.
He's got to get that mountain, so I guess that's the play there. Because he's got a second mountain in the back, so he'll have 2 mountains, but that's just really unfortunate spot.
Let's take a look at Kokodo's library here. Has gone for Commerce 2 before aging, doesn't even have Silk, just just Commerce 2. Japanese player also has Commerce 2, but looks like even though Japanese player Daddy has more economy here, Kokodo's the one that's going to age first.
And it looks like Locky went Science too. The Greek player.
Oh yeah, that's a play that we often see because you know you just have a bunch of knowledge and sometimes a good amount of wealth that is just sitting there. And looks like Locky's fortunate enough to get a Ruin with Science 2. That's going to be plus 75 wealth. Pretty much a nice refund there. And Locky can try to get that fast medieval age. You know, only needs the knowledge and food for medieval age. Just needs to research military too, and you're good.
And this is a real bad caravan route here for Kike. If you notice, look how long that is, and it's going right through that no man's land. So those caravans are going to get picked off.
If Psychologist can get a heavy cavalry right here, it would be really devastating. Psychologist has gone for Despotism. Let's see if there's a Comm 2. There is no Comm 2.
Well, it looks like Fatabi's going to drop a tower, so it's going to harass that caravan that comes by. It's also in a great defensive position to kind of cut that land there. Looks like they're going to stack up here. Maybe go for a Zumo. I see some units coming together here.
Yeah, definitely. And Azuno's going to be really hard to defend. You can't sink behind because your units are going to be the river. And there's some rocks in the front, which are bad. And there's also a tower here from Fatabi and a second tower going down as well. That's that you mentioned earlier. Really nice play from both teams, actually. I'm impressed. I think both teams are playing pretty well so far.
Yep. And here's a Civ 2 coming out from Kokoro. What do you think about that call?
I think it's good because I think Kokoro recognizes that that Daddy's playing a bit passively, Civ'd back, right?
Yep.
You know, you just have some time. You can take advantage of that Commerce 2, get a third caravan, get that wealth income up. Do see a nice little raid here from Psychologist, going to get a couple kills. That really nice plunder now is going for Mill 2. And it looks like Fatabi has gone for Sender, which makes sense, you know, Colossus.
Yep.
They can probably make something happen here on this side, you know. They're just being look at all these citizens. They're just food for the Aztec player. Really nice play here.
Yep.
Aztec player already has 2.
And being in age 2 now, he's going to get 30 plunder per kill, so that's nice.
Yeah. This caravan's going to go down 50 wealth. And, you know, just completely denying the metal mining. These citizens have to run all the way here, like they can't do anything. Now Locky is here with a Senator, which is going to be annoying with these units. But with the right micro, could still make a difference. The Despot's coming, needs to target fire the Senator.
Yep.
And
I like the Despot play here from the Aztecs. It's a very aggressive move. They're in a spot to just kind of steamroll, so let's see if they do that.
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like the Aztecs player is going to get this kill on the Senator. Maybe not.
Close.
Oh no, it's not going to happen. Really close. And now, unfortunately for Psychologist just threw away like 3 or so units, and that's really going to hurt 3 or 4 units.
Yep.
Could have been good, but unfortunately just didn't quite work out. And that's going to hurt, especially considering Psychologist is Despot. I don't know why these units are militia here. That's going to slow them down considerably. And they also haven't scouted Salt, which is right in Psychologist's territory. That's also annoying. You know, as a Despot player, you really want access to that Salt.
It's just, and you also too, you want to upgrade your units as soon as possible because you get that discount for the Despot, and you don't see any unit upgrades from Aztecs yet. So we'd like to see that soon.
Yeah. I would like to see Fatabi pump out a couple more archers. Currently just has not enough army, if you compare it to the size of Kike here, who has a bunch of archers, as well as Locky. And I think Psychologist has chosen the wrong spot to attack. I think Psychologist should have attacked the other side with the city of Azumo, because it's much more exposed. You know, the river's on the front as opposed to the back. Although, I guess in Psychologist's defense, it is like pressuring a different side to force them to the opponents to divide their army.
Yeah. And a quick look up top, it looks like Daddy's gone Despot, but still not quite any army there.
Yeah, it doesn't even have Mill 2.
Yeah, no army upgrades. Not sure about that call. And you see Kokoro's really taken up a lot of this landmass. Has really isolated Daddy from the rest of the team.
Yeah, but admittedly, if Daddy can get a quick attack here, that would be really effective. Maybe like Civ 2 is not that great if you're if you're going to if your city is really exposed. Here we see a bad fight for Psychologist right in the river.
Yeah, it's a bad spot.
Yeah, not, and also Fatabi's nowhere near to support. But it looks like Fatabi did manage to snipe the catapult of Kike, which is a nice play. But unfortunately, this fight is not going to go well for Psychologist. These sieges might get sniped. Spot. Yeah, unfortunate. Really wish Psychologist would have pushed the other side. I think it would have made a big difference. They're so
that's what
close.
It looked like they were going to do it. Yeah, initially I thought the double was going to come. They could take a zoom up pretty much uncontested because you see that forest right there cutting it off, the reinforcements.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would have been a better move, I think. And I'm not sure what Daddy's doing here. I do see some spearmen now. Maybe, and he's got mill 2. There's a siege factory coming, so maybe he's going to try and move on Khan.
Yeah.
Khan or Damascus. Only 1 elephant so far from the Korra. I'd like to see at least 2, maybe 3 at this point. He's got decent income, and he's calm too.
Yep, I see 2 elephants and then a couple infantry units garrisoning the city. These raids are going to be effective here, and also, Kokoro notices his opponent has gone despot, so there's no bribe from the senator, and this elephant's going to walk in unopposed.
Yep, that's an awesome advantage there. Just avoid those spearmen, because a couple spearmen will slaughter him.
Yep. But these elephants are really powerful. They 2-shot citizens.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, for raiding, they're on point. For merchants, too, they slaughter merchants.
Run, citizen, run.
No, it looks like we're getting a counter here from Lockheed on to Washington. I like this move. The double rotating over from Kike. So let's see if they can take Washington here.
Yeah. I like the Senate raise nice and early from Fatabi, but looks like they're not going to be able to hold, especially if Lockheed just pulls some militia. It looks like there is no attrition yet from from Fatabi, and there's not enough army support here from Psychologist because of that early losing all those units early. I really like this play though from Fatabi goes entrench. You just sit here, wait for the Senate to get raised, and then move your capital. Nice play. It looks like they are going to go for a charge. There's a lot of cavalry here from Lockheed's side. All these units from Psychologists are a bit exposed on the right.
And he only has upgrade for the archers. Nothing else is upgraded yet.
Yeah, and we do see some the militia pulled for Fatabi. And all these archers for Kike are upgraded. This capital looks like it's going to go down, and Fatabi is forced to get out of the untrench. Is only now finishing upgrading the archers. Do we see any bribes? No, we don't see any bribes. Not yet.
Yeah. And they're going to start working on that tower, trying to get that tower down. There's no lookout either.
Yeah. I have no idea if they're going to take it, though. There are a lot of archers from Kike's part, but it looks like Psychologist has managed to break through the line of archers.
Yeah, I think once that tower goes down, you might see the sack here.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
No, it looks like Psychologist has managed to pump out enough units to make a difference. That plunder really helping out.
Yeah, and those autolados are just brutal against the archers.
Yeah, and I do like this retreat now from Kike and Lockheed. They should have retreated like slightly earlier, but it worked out because now we see Lockheed has aged, medieval age, going to get crossbows soon, and that is going to be really effective against all these classical age units. The Senate is raised.
Looks like Daddy took that front city at top.
Yeah, I'm not quite. Looks like just a lot of infantry, and Kokodo was unprepared. When your opponent goes despot like that, you just make army.
Yeah, and a tower at least. Well, maybe he had one that got raised down, but. And now we're seeing Psychologist calling GG. I don't know if that's a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction there.
I don't know what's happening. I'm at 2015 right now. Psychologist just threw away a couple units. I would like to see this capital get repaired and or moved before they their opponents start their next attack. Looks like Kokodo, Fatabi, and Daddy are aging. Kike surprisingly has not clicked up yet. Still doesn't have enough knowledge. And Psychologist, Psychologist having gone for that Despot, probably a little on the slow side, ended up going Com 2, which is a good choice. Look at how much knowledge compared to other stuff. And I don't know if they're going to be able to hold this the second time. Sure, Fatabi now has Medieval Age, but Psychologist is a little bit behind on this side.
Yeah.
It might be up to Daddy to really do something, really make something happen. Although this city does really help. Daddy should get 2 more caravans. And there's also a couple units garrisoned in here for no reason. Nice use of forced march from Daddy. Going to take out some of these units. Should micro the general forward, but alas. On this side, they're going to start pressing Lockheed with the siege on the city of Washington once again.
Yep, and it looks like Daddy's going to keep pushing up here at Damascus, but there's a fort up, so that's going to be hard to take that.
Yeah, now his 2 catapults. Daddy should sit back and maybe go back and heal some of the units. Currently, the units are just getting thrown away. But Daddy does recognize that the opponent, Kokodo, doesn't have that many units, so maybe just trying to push the advantage. These Japanese infantry are good at killing the city. I'll give them that.
Yeah, that's true. He's got a ton of them, and there's no elephants right now. No cavalry at all from Kokodo.
Yeah, Kokodo is just upgrading the units right now. But this fort is doing a lot of work. Would like to see some of the units put into the castle. You don't need that many units to get maximum city fire, and the castle can fire faster if you have some units in there.
That's right. Yep, that would be a nice move.
And at this point now, the Despot's going to get sniped, and Daddy needs to go back because I'm pretty sure Kokodo has attrition. Yep. And all these units are super damaged. Just would like to see Daddy go back and just heal these units because, they're so damaged. They don't fight at full effectiveness. And we see Lockheed has moved over to the right. I would like to see Psychologist and Fatabi just gang up on this army of Kike. It's going to be hard for Lockheed to move over to the left to go support.
And we're seeing some nice raids from Psychologist here. He's down here at Bison. He's raided Kike's mine at the top by furs.
Yeah, definitely.
So some great
really nice plays. And Psychologist is now aging. I'm impressed with how Psychologist has managed to deal with being Despot despite the economic disadvantage.
He's done a great job.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. If you're going to be Despot, especially with Aztecs, you got to go get that plunder. I mean, that's going to balance out the the commerce disadvantage.
Yeah, definitely.
And now a third city back up from Kokodo. Looks like he's going to secure sugar and peacocks with that city.
Yep.
Hopefully he'll be able to bounce back here. Looks like Daddy's regrouping here pretty quickly. And we'll see another push. I see Psychologist calling for the don't let him boom. Keep pushing.
Yep. And I would agree, that you don't really want the Persians player to get to Gunpowder Age and get those excellent...
those Gunpowder Immortals are just... they're...
yeah, it's really nasty.
They're
as well
nice.
As the Gunpowder... the Gunpowder Elephants, those are also really powerful.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Here we see a push for the capital. I don't think they're going to get it. Unfortunately, Fatabi's troops are just not upgraded yet. The cataphracts are really weak compared to early units. Looks like Psychologist doesn't have enough units quite here, has a good amount of floating resources. Not sure if they're going to lose this city or not. This fight's a little close, definitely.
And Psychologist is going to lose most of his army here. It's really going to be up to Fatabi to micro and try and hold, and he should be able to. He's got a ton of crossbows.
Oh, the city is sacked, though. Wow.
Oh,
that's going to hurt.
Right.
These militia, hopefully, maybe scholars can make something happen on this back line. But it looks like ultimately it was the cavalry of Kike that managed to beat the mostly crossbow army of Fatabi there.
Yeah. And it was just kind of poor micro by Fatabi. He could have held that if he stayed back a little bit and just started sniping. Crossbows shoot at a relative range with that many of them, rate, so you could pick off some horses, but he just let them charge in and mow them down. And, this is going to be tough here because Lockheed and Kike both have decent-sized armies. I see, it looks like Psychologist is slowly getting back together, but yeah, like you said, he's got unupgraded cavalry. They're not going to do anything against... Oh, he's upgrading now. His knights are upgraded now.
Yeah. So one advantage that the Call of Daddy players have right now, I guess, among a bunch of disadvantages is their units are a lot cheaper because they have less of them. You know, resonations. One of the things that happens is they scale. The units have scaling. So you know.
That's right. That's true.
But it looks like the problem here was Fatabi only has 2 production buildings, 1 barracks, 1 stable, and it's just not enough. Look at how much timber Fatabi has. It's just,
yeah, just a waste of resources.
Yeah.
And you can see Lockheed did the smart move, went right for Forbidden City when getting that. That way it takes away any opportunity for Tabi to get it.
Yeah, definitely.
So
nice play on Lockheed's part. Let's take a quick look at the other side. Looks like Daddy is starting to press, but with Javelineers, which kind of suck.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's going to get sniped by all these Immortals, or Athanatoi, whatever they're called.
Kokodo did just run in some light cavalry just to die for no reason, so, you know, that I guess that did work out for them.
And the fort's going down, so that's going to help a little bit for Daddy. And Daddy's he's leading his team in score. But you can see Lockheed is just on fire down there right now, and only a few seconds left before the city assimilates, and they're gonna put towers up, probably a lookout, and I don't think they're gonna take it back.
No, it's gonna be really hard to.
Yeah, and then we're gonna see a 2 versus 3 here shortly.
We do see Psychologist is going for Mill 3, has a fort. Hopefully this tactics can turn around this for fans of Call of Daddy here. And I do like this play from Kike. Puts up a tower at Azuno and 2 lookouts, just trying to defend it, make things annoying. We'll have to see. It's gonna, like, this path for Psychologist is really hard. Just has to march through. Psychologist is getting the armor upgrade now of tactics. Let's take a look at the other side. Looks like Daddy was able to brute force his way through the fort with all these Japanese elite bushi, and is now going to take the city of Damascus.
Yep, a nice move. Nice move. So, and Senate's not raised from Kokoro. He needs to raise it and move it quickly.
Yeah.
And it looks like Fatabi's got armor as well. So
yeah. So maybe they can make something happen on this side. We do see a nice.
Micro this. We need to see better micro from them.
Yeah.
Take this back because these are big armies here.
Yeah. We do see if Lockheed has gone for that entrench, which is really nice. I would like to see. I would like to see Fatabi go around the back here because, there's a bunch of buildings that are blocking the path forward. Entrench only works from the front, so if you go around the back and hit from the back there, entrenchment won't do anything. And for Psychologists can move forward and try and pin the opposing armies down here because, it's not like they can retreat backwards. Unfortunately, there is a tower going up for them, it looks like they need to make the move now. Like they need to move.
Yeah, they gotta go now. It's over. It's about a minute left here.
They're going. It looks like Fatabi is just going to charge in, as is Psychologist. They both have armor. Let's see. Lockheed does not have armor, neither does Kike, and maybe that will make the difference. Currently,
it could.
Looks like Fatabi is actually going to go all the way around, and I think that's going to work out. There is a tower here, which is a pain, but just going to distract the army. Hopefully we'll see some. This is a pretty big engagement. I have no idea who's going to come out on top. There's a lot of units from Lockheed, but the other team has armor.
It looks like Lockheed's microing a little bit better, so he may be able to hold here.
Yeah.
Even without the armor.
Looks like Fatabi just ran in all the cavalry to get slaughtered by pikes. But it looks like they are retreating because Psychologist was able to take out all those crossbows of Kike's fairly easily with all these light infantry. These light infantry are really excellent, especially with, not enough metal. They need to start making more units, especially Fatabi. It still has 600 timber that just went unused. And it looks like somehow on the other side, Kokodo managed to take back the city of Damascus, and it looks like ultimately they're not going to be able to take back this city, and it looks like Fatabi will die.
Yeah, well, it's because Daddy rotated down. He made a last second attempt.
Yeah, he should have done that way earlier if he was going to do it. Now Fatabi's dead, and there's no.
Yeah, and now Kokoro's going to be able to reboom and take back his. So that's it for Fatabi. Now we got a 2 versus 3 here. Let's see how this is handled. I mean, if they can take back the city, this could actually work out. If Daddy can take back the city and then use Colossus, maybe that could work. But
but Daddy's leaving.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not making the wisest moves here.
Yeah, I would like to see Psychologist siege down. I would like to, I would have liked to see Daddy just stay at the top and kill Kokodo, because I think, Psychologist is doing fine by himself, and if they take out the Colossus, then it's actually like somewhat even, because they're slightly ahead on tech. The Greeks player now going for Science 3 and Mill 3 at the same time. Funnily enough, using that library at Washington.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's nice when you get a second library. You can be that much quicker.
Yeah, especially with the Greeks' power, just max researching, mass tech.
Yep. So we'll see. Laki's in full control with his economy here. He's got a ton of cities now. It's actually surprising his metal's still not quite there. He needs to get this metal up. And his knowledge also.
Yeah.
Low. But other than that, he's good. He's got a decent sized army. He can start pressing Psychologist here. Yep. Yeah, I think Daddy needs to get back up top, and he just needs to finish off Kokoro.
Yeah, and then hopefully they can play it out. But, I mean, right now, Laki has 7 cities with Colossus.
Yeah, it's just sick.
Yeah.
And he's going to get armor and all that stuff here, and literacy. So...
yeah.
He's going to be in full boom mode.
Yeah. Feels like this game was really in the grasp of Call of Daddy, but ultimately they just petered out, and they didn't manage to seal the deal. Yeah, and yes, Daddy, he made a mistake there by not just killing Kokoro. He could have killed him pretty easily, it seems. Yeah. I mean, there is some tower spam I see over at the Persepolis, but no temple there. And those Japanese heavies with a couple sieges could take all that down pretty fast. He had no army at all, so he could have taken that pretty easily. Looks like they are going to catch the army of Laki here. Laki wisely choosing to go to the left to retreat. Yeah. Maybe if they can take Athens and hold it, but even then, we see Kokodo has taken back the city of Khan and can probably press into Nara here, even though it might take a while. And here's the great play by Daddy here. Now he's got Colossus. This is what's going to give him a chance to win this game now. If he could he's got Despot, he can just pump out units, and they could sack Athens here potentially. Yeah, there's a lot of cavalry there just sitting in the back here, and the units are facing the wrong way. Psychologist wisely's got a couple of spies down there, so he's going to spy a couple of his heavy cavalry. This could be a turning point, yeah. These cavalry, though, from Laki doing good work, but unfortunately the sender is not in range to get them armor, and also Laki doesn't even have armor himself, so we'll have to see. This is quite the battle here. Yeah, and you see Kike is kind of blundering up here. I don't know why he's just focusing on this tower. He should just go right into Technotillion. Yeah, definitely. Try and get the sack. And you do see Kokoro rotating now. He's got a couple elephants in siege to Shimoda to try and get the sack there. So this is a race against the clock here. Let's see what's going to happen if they're going to rotate back, or are they going to just try and take Athens. I think the play here is just push on Athens, move your caps, and just push on Athens. Yeah, I mean you have to take Athens and then stave off Psychologists, or not save off Kike, who has a small army here. And then hope they have enough time to go back for Daddy's capital. Daddy hasn't raised the Senate, unfortunately, but does have a lot of units here, which is doing a good job against Kokodo, who I think has unwisely not produced enough units or teched. Like, look at all those floating resources. Yeah, and that might give Call of Daddy the game here. These trebuchets are exposed, unfortunately. Probably gonna lose this one, maybe. No, this is gonna survive. And they're gonna start the siege on Athens, and yep, this is the smart move here. Yeah, this is gonna really be quite the build. Look at this massive army from Psychologist. The Despot player with plus 150 eco and not even plus 60 wood. Ultimately, oh, it looks like Kike is going back. Yeah, I don't know why. Just take the sack first. Yeah, they're ahead. Just take the sack. Yeah, there's no reason to go back yet. Looks like get that sack, and then you can just start pumping out units anyways with all the plunder. Looks like Daddy has also gone back, which I don't agree with. If they can just combine their forces, they can easily take Athens, and it looks like Daddy was able to hold off the pressure from Kokodo there. Not sure why Daddy just walked back. Yeah, it looks like he's rotating back to Athens now.
Psychologist got a bunch of units just sitting here at Washington. He needs to bring those down.
Yeah, and now the sieges are going to die because they're out of position, and they're also just sitting in the river.
Yeah, once again, they're fighting from the wrong spot. Come around to the rocks.
Yeah, that would be really
there.
awesome. You know, look,
Yeah.
like Psychologist has those unique light infantry that are really effective.
Yeah, and they get the defensive bonus on the rocks. Just spam them up on the rocks there. Psychologist, I would like to see too. He could come drop a couple racks right here, just south of Washington, and just spam units out.
Yeah, and currently there's nothing being produced.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Just make those light infantry, make more knights. You know, your units are cheap because you don't have any more units because you're not keeping up production.
And also too, if he builds a new barracks, he'll get free light infantry.
Yeah, and it looks like ultimately they're not able to make this happen here. Kike has come back with a bunch of crossbowmen, and they need to retreat. They need to save their sieges. Yikes.
Yeah, it's trouble. It's trouble now.
Yeah, now it looks like they're just gonna get outboomed in the long run. Just they weren't able to kill all their opponents.
Yeah, and it looks like Kokoro is gonna come back and try and make another push at Shimoda. Fortunately, this terrain's pretty bad, so it's favoring Daddy there. It's kind of natural.
Yeah,
defense.
That's true. Natural protection. Yep.
Yeah, and he's got a decent little army up there to help defend.
Yeah, this is quite the army actually. You know, if you look in Nara, there's a lot of things. Daddy says, "Why you attack a lone noob?" I mean, I think that's just the fault of both of them. You know, like Daddy wasn't paying attention when a Psychologist went in, and Psychologist didn't say, "Oh, I'm going in."
And this is a fault of no voice comm. You guys are trying to communicate by typing, and as you said in previous broadcasts, it's just a bad move.
Yeah.
You got to be able to you know, kind of speak to your teammates. Just makes your life a lot easier.
Yeah, we do see here from Daddy. Daddy is ready to age almost, but so is Locky, and so the age difference.
Locky can age right now.
Yep.
And it looks like he's gonna click on it here.
Yeah, we see another big fight here. Daddy just gonna crush Kokodo again. Kokodo just going in with a tiny army and also still not teching. Come on, just research science too, you know?
Yeah. And it looks like Daddy's gonna age, so that's gonna help.
Yep, Daddy has clicked up on the button, but Locky is already halfway through, and being Greeks, you know, faster age time, that is helping.
Yep.
Looks like Locky does big brain and build a smelter, but if you look at Forbidden City, like, oh, this is so sad. The smelter's at Forbidden City, but the mine's at Erythrae, so it's not going to actually help.
Yeah.
Oops. I mean, very good, Locky. Good job building the, building smelter, but you know, wrong city. Oops. And we see here it's only plus 60, so it's not going to work out. But alas, nice attempt.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Psychologist isn't just spamming barracks out here just to get all those free light infantry.
Yeah.
He's really kind of not using Aztec's power properly. He could easily just buy a bunch of wood and just drop like another 2 or 3 barracks and just get an instant army.
Yeah, I mean, well, at this point, I think it's fine that he's not, but he should have done that earlier when he was like losing army. And now they take back Colossus. There's not enough pikemen here to deal with all these cavalry from Locky, and Psychologist is going to need to retreat.
Yeah, Kike's just in full boom mode. He's got gardens coming. He's got pyramid coming. So
yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. Kike recognizes like, oh, I've invested enough in army early on. You know, my opponents are just like they're 2v3. They're not gonna. There's no way they're gonna put up enough army to threaten me at all. I can just boom and make sure we don't lose a boom game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what Daddy's doing up here. There's no point in sieging these siege factories. That's just kind of a waste of time. You could just come back to Damascus. He's got a tower there. He could come pressure Damascus. I have no idea why he's trying to even come down this way. It's really just a bad move. It's right in the river. You know, he's isolated in the river. So yeah, and he's gonna lose a bunch of his samurai for no reason.
Yep. Just not waiting for the upgrade, just walking through the river. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's just not a good front there. The better front is just between these two forests, and come right at Damascus. Damascus is completely undefended. It's got one tower in the back, but it can't really help. So we'll see what goes on here.
Psychologist trying desperately to defend and trying desperately to age, but you know, it's hard when you don't have that much army and your opponent's pressing you with a massive Japanese army. Let's see where Locky's gone. Locky is also just sitting on the bottom, just staving off any sort of possible danger from their opponents. looks like at the end, Kokodo does lose that fight despite Daddy's just persistence and using, persistence and just pushing a bad front and also taking a fight in the river. Daddy just has way more units and is able to snipe some of these units.
Yeah, the only chance here is Daddy needs to just get aggressive on Kokoro and just take him out before he ages.
Yeah, but I mean, how are you going to do that with only plus 60 metal?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I bet that's the only way I can see how they're going to win here. I don't see another way.
Yeah, and Psychologist says you must kill, man, and I agree.
Yeah,
but
I agree. Yeah, he's right.
There's a single bombard here. There's no metal. Daddy needs to sit back, get this other mine, build a smelter here, just get that metal income up so you can produce bombards. And about a lot of bombards, so you can quickly take out Kokodo. But Kokodo is aging, also is getting armor now. Looks like Kokodo is going to be a tough nut to crack here. And on the other side, Psychologist is dying.
There's no way they're coming back. I think they're just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah. Let's see what happens with this push from Daddy, and then.
Okay, we'll do one last push and then just fast forward.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
Because I just don't see it. If they had Colossus, maybe, but there's no way.
Yeah. At this point, Loki is ahead of Daddy, I think. So, like, look at the population.
And Kike is just booming like a crazy man, so he's gonna be ahead of everyone.
Yeah, the Colossus changed hands. First, Loki had it, and now Kike has it, and so.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So he has that with Gardens and Pyramid. I mean, he's just gonna have a sick economy, sick army.
And Loki's chosen the right time here to press the issue. Psychologist is just age, is only now teching up all these medieval age units. It's really awkward. And now they're gonna run, and yeah, Psychologist loses this fight easily. Yeah, we can fast forward to the end.
I think just go to the end.
Yeah, this game's over.
There's no way.
All right, so really interesting game there. I think.
Yeah, some blown opportunities there early from Daddy a couple different times.
But
I really should have won this.
Yeah, definitely. I think this game was in Call of Daddy's grasp, but ultimately they just stumbled a few too many times and didn't work out. And the GGs are called. It was a really good game here. We did see a lot of nice teamwork from both sides. I think, especially early on, we saw Daddy go for that early aggression with the barracks at Washington, and then we saw Kike defend Loki with another barracks.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I agree.
All right, so let's take a look at the scores here in the game stats. Most kills, Loki by far.
Yeah.
Just definitely doing a great job killing.
And actually, Kike with the second most.
Yeah.
Kike coming out of the boom with a bunch of kills.
Yeah, definitely. Really, a really interesting game. It feels like Call of Duty was very close, but they snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. And AL just took advantage of their opponent's mistake and punished them really hard.
Yeah, and it's bad news when your Aztec player has twice as many units lost as killed. You need it the other way around.
Yeah, definitely.
You need 150 kills there to keep your economy boosted, especially with the Despot. So that's just a bad break there for them.
Yep.
But anyways, we can move to game 2.
Yeah, and let me update the scoreboard really quickly. That is game number 1, 1-0 in favor of AL. Game number 1. Oh wait, what was that? Hold on. Okay, never mind. All is well. Okay, so that is game number 1, and let's move into game number 2 here. AL versus Daddy 2. All right, so I'm on 1 second. Ready when you are.
Give me 1 second here. Okay, let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, a bit unfortunate here. We do see this is a 2v2, and not sure what happened here.
Whoa, wait, this isn't the right replay. This is
it's Fatabi and Daddy versus Kike and Loki. So.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, I must have loaded the wrong one.
Okay,
So why did it? Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
You can just play it. I'll catch up.
Okay, sure. So this is Fatabi and Daddy versus Kike and Loki. Not sure what happened there. Is Connor in the chat? If you could explain exactly what happened.
Yeah, I hope. See it now. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope for the tournament's sake and our sake that you know, this was a 2v2 match that Connor accepted. Anyways,
It's the Great Sahara.
yeah, I'm on 30 seconds right now. And let's take a look at the nations and the players. So this is Great Sahara. Looks like Lockie and Kike are playing against Daddy and Fatabi, and Lockie's got an Inca, Kike is British, whereas Daddy is French and Fatabi has Inca. What do you think about these picks?
Well, we see the mirrored Incas and then British French. I think it's going to come down really to the British and the French player here to see who does the damage. Daddy showed a lot of good aggression last game. Maybe we'll see a comp 2 French Despot. Maybe he'll want retribution this time.
Yeah, maybe even just go straight Despot. Yeah.
Yeah, and not wait and just be aggressive. So
yeah,
I'll give the slight edge to the French here.
Yeah, I think actually the Call of Daddy definitely has the edge in nations here. Obviously the Inca are matched, but you know, part of the advantage of British is your archers are really awesome. But think about it. The other side has French heavy cavalry and Inca spam heavy cavalry all the time. You know, the army compositions are not going to line up well if you're the British player. You can't take advantage of your British bonus that well. And also, you know, you're on Sahara. This is an aggressive map. It's going to be hard to max out the economy with there's probably many raids coming out of both sides. So I do give the edge to Call of Daddy. But we'll have to see, you know, on Sahara, anything can happen. It is quite the aggressive map. Yeah, we'll see. I really do wish this was a 3v3. I'm not sure what happened. If we can get word on that from any of the people who played or Connor or somebody, that would be really awesome.
Yeah, and it looks like Lockie AL is just a little bit slower here. Lockie went for the middle.
Yeah.
And I don't like that play with Inca.
No, I don't either.
Just find a big mountain somewhere. All you need is 5 or 6 wood. You don't need to go all the way in. And slow yourself down. Inca's already going to be slow as it is. So that's going to slow him down even more. And the British player, Kike, they're pretty close together though, at least, so they can defend. Whereas Fatabi and Daddy are a little bit further apart.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that plays into it.
Yeah, definitely. I think let's take a quick look at the rares here. So for AL, let's look at the stuff that's close nearby them. And they've got marble right in the center. They've got papyrus on the side, tobacco, copper over on the bottom, and then there's silk. And on the other side, we've got for Tabi, they've got gems and peacocks and citrus near them, as well as spice and wool. And so on the outskirts, on the top, we have bison. On the right, we have cotton. Those are all a little vulnerable to be raided. And on the bottom, we have sugar and wine here, as well as salt, amber, diamonds in the far left, and relics on the top left there. Who do you think the rares favors?
Well, yeah, I like, having Pappy there. It's nice for AL, sugar, good. But it looks like Call of Daddy might have a better opportunity to control more rares. So we'll just see, and we'll see who uses the more rares. But I like the sugar Pappy for AL.
I think right now AL have clearly the better rares, just like because they have so many more rares. But these rares are all really vulnerable, right? Like they're all way in the back.
Exactly.
It just takes a single heavy infantry to go kill them. So we'll see if AL chooses to use them or not. If your opponent has a bunch of heavy infantry running around the back and you don't have any merchants there and you're just sitting in the front and booming, that can be a big advantage for you. So we'll have to see. Surprisingly, Lockie, even with such a being so close to the wood here, is only has +7. I expected more, to be honest.
Yeah, it's especially go to the middle.
Yeah.
Why are you only take 7?
Yeah.
So that's just a little bit of a misplay there, but we'll see if it matters.
Yep. Let's take a quick look at the ruins. We've got Lockie and Kike with 5 and 4 respectively, whereas Daddy and Fatabi have 3 and 4. So Daddy's doing a little bit worse than Lockie, but Kike and Fatabi are doing similar. We do see here the library going down for Fatabi, and on the other side, also the library for Lockie. No library yet for Kike, has yet to get enough wood, and the library also coming up for Daddy. Daddy is Wow, Daddy's really starved for wood. Being French obviously is helpful, getting extra wood, but currently only has a +4 even with French, so it's going to be a little hard.
Yeah, he got in a bad spot there. He might have to sieve early, go find some more wood.
Yeah, but I think that's actually fine. Civ here, grab this big wood camp, especially being French. Even if your opponent civs over here, it's not too bad. You can at least grab part of the wood.
Yep, and it looks like exactly what he's doing, so that's a smart move here.
Yeah.
Get that wood up.
Looks like the Inca player, both Inca players have gone for commerce first. Fatabi has 2 wood camps, which I think is a good choice, whereas here, obviously on this side, Locky has enough wood with 1 wood camp. And it looks like Kike is also going for Civic first. Let's see, they haven't scouted Silk yet, so I'm not sure where Kike would go. Maybe also like over towards this side, in between the mountain and this big wood camp on the right.
Yeah, and maybe they're trying to secure all that wood, or maybe he'll just dumb luck find that silk.
Yeah, it looks like that's what's going to happen. Kike is pinging there, and they're just going to dumb luck find silk, which is fortunate for them.
Yeah, and that's fine. And he's going to get to that big mountain and another small mountain. He's got another small mountain as capital, so it's plenty of metal.
Yeah, we do see here, this is a interesting city placement from Daddy's part. Didn't try and go and contest this wood in the front, try and grab some of that, and instead sieves to the side. I don't know about this, Daddy. I
don't either. I guess just for the mountains.
Yeah,
but,
I like technically.
The wood's more important.
Yeah, technically you get a +5 wood, and it doesn't. I guess it doesn't matter really if you're getting +7 or +5 if you're a French despot, right?
Right.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I think the better move would to go forward. Also, you're going to put pressure towards your opponents instead of kind of being open to them.
Yeah. Like what happens if the Inca player goes and civs back? Then you have no despot capability, which you do want, right? You do want the ability to go despot. You don't have to, but you do want the ability to.
Yeah, and it looks like you got civ coming now from Fatabi.
Yep, and we also have civ for Locky there.
Yep.
See.
So yeah, looks this is a great spot for Locky. They're going to completely isolate Daddy from Fatabi.
Yep.
So that's going to be tough.
Definitely.
Tough for Daddy team. Yeah. Help each other because they're separated here.
Yeah. Solid spot, I think, for Fatabi. I think you really want to just be able to get access to this mountain a little bit because currently Fatabi only has a +5 in the territory, and so would really like access to another mountain. So slightly awkward that, if your opponent runs by with a bunch of heavy infantry, you might not see them. But, that's nothing a tower won't solve.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see if we can get some early aggression here. I'm really interested what wares these players will use, as well as which direction they'll go with the offense.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to a French despot here.
Yeah, I think this is exactly the type of game that you want French despot for. Just you're in
especially
a bad spot.
After such a blunderous loss to the last game. You want redemption, and you just want to get in and be aggressive and just snowball, just steamroll through.
Yeah.
And let's see if he can do that.
Here we see this is me nitpicking a little bit, but Fatabi should bring the farms a little bit closer, to the city of Tomebamba. When you have the reason you put the farms closer is because if there's a raider that comes by, you have the citizens just garrison inside easily. But given that they don't have that right now, it's going to be a little difficult to protect your citizens if there is a raider that comes through.
Typically the only time I would build my farms further out is if there's like a tower nearby, and maybe you could get the tower to protect the farms. Like say you had a tower by your woodcutter, like a rare or something. But yeah, in this case, it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, and we do see here both the AL players have gotten mill, whereas only now is Daddy researching mill, and Fatabi is also researching mill. So let's see where the units go. It looks like Locky is using sugar. And Kike is not using any rares right now. On the other side, Daddy's not using the rares, and Fatabi is using bison and peacocks, but put down a bunch of farms which weren't necessary. If you're going to use bison, you don't need to put down this many farms, right? There's no point.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
He's not using citrus. This is just it's not useful. Right? Like why do you need citrus if you're already maxed out? Maybe trying to go for Com 2. I don't really know.
I guess just the Com 2 play. Yeah, it's just an unnecessary use of resources, especially because you got a barracks coming up. You could build an archer or a couple archers. Now it looks like he's going to move from the citrus. He realizes it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where he's going to go with it. Maybe the Peacocks. No, he's already there. So we'll see.
How many wealth rares do we have for the French player? Because that's a big, big help for any sort of despot play. Currently, it looks like they haven't scouted any aside from Peacocks over there.
Yeah, I mean, they have diamonds in the corner. If they might find it here soon. He seems like he's got a scout over there, so they might find the diamonds. That'll be big.
Yeah.
If they find diamonds.
Yeah. We do see a raid here killing this merchant of Daddy's. Doesn't actually hurt Daddy's eco aside from just killing a merchant, but still any sort of raid is good.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, we do see here another merchant of Fatabi's getting harassed, and Daddy's going to go and try and help this merchant. Where is this merchant going? Just into the city, I guess.
Yeah, he's just going to go garrison. Yeah. It looks like Daddy's going to rotate down and pick off those hoplites. And Lockie's going up and around. I think he's looking for Daddy's wood. Or maybe he's just going to go raid. Maybe he's going to go try and raid Bison.
I think he's looking for the wood. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
These slingers and these archers, if microed correctly, can do a lot of damage. But, if they're not microed correctly, it's not the greatest. Yeah.
Yeah, now Fatabi's got a heavy and some archers. Looks like he's going to try and rotate down. Maybe raid a Cotopaxi, maybe.
Yeah, looks like Daddy's gonna luck out, and Lockie's not gonna be able to find the wood quite yet. No, maybe Lockie will be able to find it. Not sure. It's gonna be close. We do see here a raid from attempted raid from Fatabi. Not gonna do anything.
Yeah, no, he's just gonna. I mean, he might be able to kill these slingers. One more slinger. Maybe not.
I don't know.
No. But that's not really doing anything.
Yeah.
And
it looks like they are going to raid Bison at the top, and that's going to hurt.
Yep.
Currently, Fatabi is using that Bison to get enough food income, but I mean, Fatabi does have 2 farms. Looks like they're going to age soon. Lockie has clicked up.
Yeah, Fatabi can age.
Daddy can age, and Kike, let's see. Kike might be a tad slower. Yeah, Kike is almost ready, is pretty much ready to age. Has a really excellent economy. That's a nice British economy right there, using silk, sugar, and pappy. And they're gonna raid Peacocks, which is gonna hurt. That's their only wealth rare that they're currently using for the Call of Daddy team.
That's a bummer. That is a bummer.
Not sure why they haven't clicked up yet. They're just floating resources right now.
Yeah, I think they're just getting distracted by the micro, so they're not paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost 600 food here. Yeah, 600 food, almost 600 wood from Daddy here.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know if they're paying attention to the micro. This is a little spotty micro here. I don't know what's happening. They're just walking forward, going to lose. There's no way they can catch this slinger. It's too far away. It is at 2 HP, but maybe they can catch it on the runaround. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like Daddy's trying to take out these archers here in the middle by the rocks.
Yeah.
And he did click up finally. He's got a ton of wood, so that's good.
Yeah. Let's see. Currently, we see Lockie raiding the wood. This is going to hurt. Already killed 1 citizen. These units are not being microed well. There's a slingers here, but both of these units are still full health. Citizens are going on the offensive. Would like to see Lockie target fire the citizens.
Yeah.
But looks like that's not going to happen. Citizens are just going to go on the offensive, just going to get their aggro on.
Yeah, we need to see a quick stable here would be nice from Daddy and clean this up. 1 light horse will clean this.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Instead, he's going to go for a tower there. At the
I don't know. I think you just want to conserve.
And he wasted metal for that because he's age 2.
Yeah, I think with all that floating timber, I would have liked to see Daddy just put down a couple towers, do the old tower metal trick.
Yeah, that would have been huge. Yeah.
Yeah. So how that works for viewers who don't know that, basically you put down a tower when you're in ancient age, which costs timber and wealth, and then when you click up, you finish researching classical age, you delete those towers and you get metal back. Here we see a nice little raid from Fatabi, who somehow killed an archer, I think. And then is starting to raid these sugar merchants. Lockie's going to sneak away this merchant, which is good for him.
That's good. They needed a counter raid here because they were getting raided pretty hard, so that's nice. They're able to get something back.
I would like to see double despot out of these players. I think they're far behind enough that they need to get something happen from Call of Daddy. I mean.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
And Inca double despot's not too bad, and obviously Inca despot is not too bad, and obviously French's despot's pretty powerful.
Yeah, it's amazing. An amazing play, and yeah, they could actually, depending where Fatabi decides to set up his army, they could really put pressure on Cotopaxi right there, and just really
definitely.
drive right through there, and then they have access to both capitals pretty easily if they could take Cotopaxi early, and yeah, now we're seeing the despot come from Daddy.
Yeah.
That could be huge.
Yeah, would like to see Daddy get that food up income a little bit. You don't need this many miners. Part of doing a despot well is just managing your resources and not having to build too many citizens. Like this is an extra citizen that can be saved. You don't need it.
Yep.
You know, you just
he's got 3 empty farms, so he could just
like,
move. You know, move off the mine, go work on the farm.
This is a nice play though. Fatabi, with obviously being Inca, gives Daddy some wealth, and that's really nice. You know, just getting all that wealth for more cavalry. Unfortunately for Daddy, just doesn't have the food to get H2, and this change is going to be a little. This move is going to be a little slow. Here we see a nice little raid from Fatabi, and on this side, Kike has gone for despotism. I think that's a good choice. Just probably won't have the time to max out the economy for Senator plus Despot.
Yeah, it looks like Lockie's got Science 2, Mill 2. Interesting there.
Yeah, it went for that science early, you know, we saw with Pappy. And on this side, we see the British player has gone for Commerce 2. I don't like it.
Yeah, well, maybe he's going to Despot.
Well, no, he did. It's just, if you're the British player, you don't need to Despot. You just save that knowledge for the age or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. But
maybe
he's going to try and get aggressive here. He wants to get aggressive. He's putting in a very, very forward tower, so he's going to be aggressive on.
That's true. And British, you know, obviously they have a good.
The tower +1. So yeah, maybe he's just going to get aggressive there and try and keep them from doubling Cotopaxi. Yeah. But it looked like that Daddy was trying to scout and see what was going on in Chan Chan. Maybe he could try and sneak in there, but he's got to look out there. He's got a tower there.
Would like to see this mine getting raided for Daddy's sake, but it looks like Daddy's just really slow. I don't know what's happening. Like,
yeah, I think the rage just got into his head a little bit, slowed him down. But Siege Factory's coming out. He's got a bunch of metal and wood, and as you know, French Siege are a little bit cheaper, so he'll be able to pump 3 out pretty quick.
Yep.
And it's always nice to have 3. And plus you get that free supply wagon, which is awesome. Another awesome power of the French.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll have to see. I really would like to see Lockie make more units and also get some more food income.
Looks like Lockie's taking a bad fight right here, though.
Yeah, this is a spotty. I don't know about this ambush, dude.
Yeah, bad move. French heavy cavalry going to eat this up, and he's getting plundered from all this.
Yeah.
Very poor move for Lockie.
I guess Lockie is going to be able to clean up some of these heavy the archers from Daddy's side, but that's not the issue, right? The issue is these heavy cavalry that you want to kill those.
And they're healing right now. They're double healing. He's got the Despot and the supply wagon.
Yeah. Despot is a little slow on the draw. That could have forced March probably to clean those archers up, but ultimately it's a little slow, and Lockie's gonna get a little lucky. It's getting attrition now, which is, you know, it's useful because you don't want to get militia rushed, but on the other hand, you know, it's not.
No, I think it was unnecessary in this case. There's no reason to, unless there was a risk of a militia, but there's not in this case. Just use those resources for the units. He's got 3 heavy cavalry, but that's going to be nothing against Daddy's 4 heavy cavalry. Plus, like I said, he's getting that healing from the supply wagon and the Despot. Daddy's calling for he's gonna kill, but
I think he's saying he's meaning he's going to kill, which I think I kind of buy it.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, he might. Yeah. I mean, he's trying to fortify here.
Yeah, and Daddy's doing a good job pressing forward, just going in there, and this is gonna hurt Kike as well. You know, all these citizens are mining wood or getting wood right now, and it looks like the city is gonna go down. The siege, unfortunately for Daddy, gonna get sniped off easily.
Yeah, bad micro on that siege.
There's a lot of heavy cavalry here, though, from Lockie. Would have liked to see Daddy just get more heavy infantry because, you know, that's a better unit composition. But these The heavy cavalry of Daddy's part are helping. This bribe's gonna hurt. Bribe's a hoplite.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, now I'm not so sure Daddy can take the city.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna have to go back and regroup.
Yeah.
He's got a ton of resources. You know, he could drop a fort here real quick, get that other general. A second general is huge this early on as well.
Yeah, you can get decoys. You can
those bonuses. Yeah, another force march plus the defensive and offensive benefits of having a general, and it's free. So. And he doesn't even have a science, so he would get a free general, not even with science research. It's pretty amazing.
Nice little move here, skirmish happening. Fatabi tried to bribe the tower, but Kike is just non-stop with the action. Just took out a couple units, sniped the senator before it could take out the tower. The tower's still going to go down, but it's not going to help out. Fatabi. And yikes, this unit composition from Daddy. I don't know about that, Chief. You need more heavy cavalry, and look at all those resources that that Loki's floating right now.
Yeah, he's got to manage that much better. But it looks like he's gone Civ 2 now. He's got the third city up.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
And it looks like, I think Daddy threw away a good opportunity here. The supply wagon's about to get sniped, yep. And I'm not sure. It feels like he could have really made something happen on that side, but ultimately it just didn't end up working out. Didn't kill those archers early on. You know, it didn't make the unit composition was off. Didn't make enough heavy infantry and heavy cavalry. Here's another fight between Fatabi and Kike, and Loki's now aging, and that looks like it's going to be the end of the aggression from Daddy's side. Does have a good amount of knowledge from relics. Relics really helping out there, but is unfortunately quite many techs away from aging himself.
Yeah, and he needs, like I said, I would like to see to get that fort up. Just get that general, start pumping out units, upgrade your units. You have a dust spot, so you get cheaper upgrades, and just be aggressive here. Yeah, but unfortunately he's going to walk into some large cities, and that's going to definitely stop this attack.
Yeah, I do like just moving the units continuously. Looks like Loki has stopped military unit production, which is, you know, it's a little scary against a French opponent, but it looks like Loki is going to age, and that's probably going to be the end of the aggression on this side.
Well, you know, if Daddy could get he's going to need a third, maybe even fourth siege when the city goes large, so he can really melt it quickly, and then just keep pumping out units. Yeah, like you said, Loki's on his heels here. He doesn't have a ton of units out. So, and they're not upgraded yet. Yeah, I
have a nice ambush here from Daddy could do big, or Force March, come on, just go. Force March it is, and this is probably going to hurt for Loki. The general's out of position for Daddy. You want to get that forward. And so we see some decent micro here from both sides.
Yep.
Loki trying to go for a bribe here on probably, I think, phalanx? I'm not sure. No, Chevalier, heavy cavalry, and that's really good for him. I think here it looks like Daddy is going to come out on top, going to take out all these bowmen, which is really nice.
And we're seeing the third siege come in. On the other side, it looks like Kike is going to age, and he's putting pressure on Tomobama, but there's a fort going up behind there, so Fatabi should be able to hold that for a little while. Yeah,
and Fatabi, unfortunately, going to lose his light horse for no reason. I think Fatabi actually has a larger army, but now with the age, it's probably not worth it to go for it. Here, I really like this play from Daddy's part. If you can get the sieges a little bit more center and just start harassing the economy of Loki, that would be really awesome. Just continuously pump out troops, because that's like...
Yeah, and he can actually harass Kike, because Kike's got a wood camp there. He can
exactly.
kill both those camps. Yeah,
there's only 2 workers working there, and I think they were more earlier, but now, you know...
Yeah, it's their day off. They took a day off. So. But now he's going to rotate back down to the capital here. I'd like to see some more army coming in.
Here we see a charge from Fatabi. Going to try and take out all these upgraded British archers, which is going to be really tough.
And then the other side, good work from Daddy here, going right for Rakji.
Take the undefended city. But the Despot's sniped, and now they're in trouble. No supply wagon. Yikes! This looks bad. Yeah, it was a good opportunity, but I think.
Yeah, just bad micro there. He's got Civ 2 now. He's in hopefully Civ. He's got a ton of metal. like I said, I would like to see him get a fort. Get
Yeah,
that
and
other down.
now just running for
build
no
this.
reason. You gotta try and
Yeah.
at least save your sieges. You know that. Um,
I mean, he's not too far from aging because that relic has really boosted his knowledge.
yeah, definitely,
But
definitely.
you know, at this point, you can keep this pressure on. Just be smart. It's like, okay, what can I do to improve my army right here? A general would be great. Get a free general with a fort and build that down. Plus, the fort's going to help defend your capital wherever you build it, so that's great. Build a second siege factor real quick. Get that second supply wagon out so you get that healing, and then you can keep pressure on, keep going, and still age because none of that's really costing you food.
Yeah, and we see on the other side, Fatabi has a little bit of spotty micro. Gonna lose some units for free for no reason, even though could just stay garrisoned and just kill off these catapults.
Yeah.
But the
And I'm
age
not
did
sure
come at the
why,
right time.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, he aged, and so put Kike in a bad spot.
Yeah. This game is still competitive, if
It is. It still could go either way.
yeah, it's surprisingly competitive. I think Daddy unfortunately made a big blunder, losing out on that earlier start, and I wish Fatabi would send some more wealth over to Daddy because I think Daddy could really use it right now. Only plus 42, still not using peacocks, which is their only wealth rare, which they should be.
And you look at all this wood and metal from Daddy. A second siege factory needs to be down. Like I said, get that free supply wagon. You could be using it right now.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's waiting for that. You're just wasting
even
food
just like another barracks, just plan for the later game.
Yeah, exactly. Something.
Or you put down a second city, or put down a third city. Do like this move from Daddy, just continuously harassing.
Yeah, just raiding and poking.
I like this army composition from Loki. We see a lot of pikemen, a couple archers, and mostly knights. And that's a good choice against the French army composition because they want to mass archers and chevaliers because their French cavalry are the best unit that they have.
Yeah. For sure.
And so if Loki can just spam more knights, that could be effective. Loki is pop capped, which is probably not a good sign for fans of our French despot player here. Does now have medieval age and could get up to commerce 2, which could be effective. These sieges are going to be annoying.
And it looks like Loki's just going to pick away at Tehunako and try and siege that down unattended, unopposed right now.
A single pikeman moving over.
Yeah, and they can walk in there and take that city for free.
Yeah, and Loki's going to go and try and take it. Here we see the French players on the chase. It is still 100 knowledge off Com 2. That's a big buff to the French despot. Getting a little bit more economy could be quite powerful. Would like to see a forced march so all these crossbowmen can kill all these pikemen, or something. Otherwise Fatabi just loses the city for free, which is what happens.
Yep.
Daddy's just a little bit out of position, unfortunately. Maybe if you snipe the senator now.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like what's happening, but these horses need to go to the back line. Looks like Daddy is going to take out a couple of these units relatively for free, and the senator goes down, which is really good for Daddy. 100 wealth is a lot, and now we see Fatabi here. This worked out really well for them.
Yeah.
Loki didn't go back soon enough, and now Daddy can begin the siege. Almost has enough money for Commerce 2 or even Mill 2. You put down a castle, get armor.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one I would go for in this situation. I think both are very good buffs.
Yeah, probably the mill at this point. Just his economy seems to be steady. He doesn't have like a ton of. I mean, he could sell some of that metal, so maybe the comp 2 actually.
Yeah.
Better here. So he could sell a lot of that metal off.
Loki goes for Colossus and Hanging Gardens. I think Loki's realized how far ahead he is in tech. Look at that library.
Yeah, his library is insane. His economy is insane. Look at all his resources.
Yeah, on the other side, we have a little bit of spotty micro from Fatabi, unfortunately. All these units are really damaged, and if Fatabi can just snipe the Despot, then all these units will die to attrition very quickly, but looks like it's not going to happen that way, and Fatabi's going to lose a lot of units before cleaning up this army. It is good that Fatabi managed to clean up this army, because Kike has a solid economy, but not a great one behind it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Here we see another skirmish on this side. This is a big fight. Locky has some units. Bribe going down. There's a lot of pikemen. The horses are not... The heavy chevaliers are microed decently. The pikemen looks like they're gonna die, and it looks like Daddy's gonna come out on top of this fight. Really, really nice work.
Yeah.
The micro was there this time.
Great work from the French despot. Putting in a lot of damage here.
Yeah, and it looks like he did go for Com 2. Still doesn't have a third city, which I would like to see, but otherwise, you know, playing pretty well, for all things considering.
Yeah, all things considered, this is pretty good use of the French despot. Like I said, I'm not sure why he doesn't have a supply wagon out.
Yeah, maybe just not enough resources. And now here, throwing away a couple units, but has plenty of timber and metal for more trebuchet or more economy. Is putting out a couple more farms. And we see Fatabi just continually giving Daddy wealth, which I think is a really nice play. You know, Fatabi does have extra wealth as the Inca player and seems to be winning on that side. This has been an exciting game. I'm surprised. They've been doing well, the Call of Daddy players, even though they were behind relatively early. And I would say they're still a little bit behind, but not by much.
No, not by much. I mean, Locky's going to be able to age probably, you know, much faster than everyone else.
Yeah.
But
he doesn't have much army, and look at this massive French army here.
Exactly. If they can, and if Fatabi can start pushing from the other side, which looks like he's making some trouble at Norwich, this could be trouble here for the AL team.
Yeah, Daddy really needs. Oh, Daddy takes the city. Wow, I did not expect that. These two towers, a lot of militia pulled from the Inca player. I would like to see the Inca player just back off, honestly.
And you got 325 wealth for that city, for plunder from that city.
Wow,
so that's huge.
Wow. Looks like they are gonna fight it out. Not sure who's gonna win. I don't know where Daddy's reinforcements are. They're a little slow on the charge, and Daddy's gonna lose a lot of units, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, but still, getting that sack, 325 wealth. That's a nice.
Yeah,
sack.
and also all the militia pulls just really hurting the economy there.
Yeah.
Finally, we see a third city coming from Daddy. This is a solid position, just, you know, in the front, being annoying. There's not enough cavalry from Daddy. I don't know where all the heavy chevaliers are. They're coming, but they're very slow. And Daddy's going to lose this fight, I think. All the militia are still pulled from Locky. But they're both microing. I don't know how well they're microing, but they're both microing.
Yeah, and it looks like Locky can get that mill 3 research here soon.
Yeah, it doesn't have enough metal quite yet, but and that's because, you know, pulled all those militia earlier.
Yeah.
Here we see Fatabi's doing good work. Has 3 sieges on this side. Has armor, whereas looks like Kike does not have armor despite having a castle. And is about finished researching armor, so now has armor.
Yeah, he just got it. And he's getting a spy. No scout for Fatabi, so he needs to get a scout out there. He's researching explorer, but no. Oh, here comes a scout now. Okay. That's
and if you look at Daddy's economy, if you go for commerce like that instead of mill, you have to actually fill it out. You have to get to actually plus 150 food, plus 150 timber. Otherwise, it's useless.
Yeah.
And Daddy's researched this a while ago, so it's not even that helpful. I would like to see Daddy make another rotation.
He doesn't have a temple either, so he needs to get a temple down so he can get taxation.
Yeah.
That's missed opportunity. He's only 49 gold, which is not good.
We do see here Fatabi going on the offensive. Has 4 sieges now, a pretty large army. Would like to see Fatabi get Science 3 because otherwise it's going to get outboomed by the other Inca player. But yeah. There's some raiding units in the back. I think they took out Sugar earlier, maybe?
Yeah.
No, Sugar's still around. I'm not sure what those raiding units are doing.
He went back to go try, but then he ran into those archers. There's another there's a cataphract coming back there.
Oh, okay.
Surprisingly, Kike hasn't upgraded his heavy cavalry. But Fatabi, those that knight and that light cavalry could kill those if they send it back there.
Yeah.
Now Fatabi's saying he'll kill, so let's see.
Yeah, I think he can, but needs to start target firing the castle now.
Yeah.
Instead of just sitting there.
Army.
Yeah.
He's got a good composition here with a bunch of horses, so that's going to put pressure on those British archers.
Yeah, is now researching that science, has 21 scholars. Let's take a look here. Lockheed doesn't have literacy yet, also doesn't have has only 17 scholars. It's 175 knowledge to 147, which is going to shoot up soon.
Lockheed's aging now, though.
Oh
so
yeah, that's big yikes for Call of Daddy there. Yeah. They have surpassed the other team in score. I'm not sure what the British player is doing to fall so behind in score. And Fatabi is doing really well on this side. You know, pushing forward, going to start sieging the castle and keep going to get a lot of metal from that, which is really helpful, especially with all that wealth income. Still doesn't have literacy. She really needs to click on it now.
Daddy's really trying to put pressure here before he ages.
Yeah, and I think that's a good choice. You know, just gotta get rid of some of these knights before it's too late.
Yeah, before they upgrade. Definitely. But I don't know why he doesn't have another supply wagon. He needs to get at least one supply wagon out there.
Yeah. Still just really doing a good job harassing the economy of Lockheed. I would like to see Daddy also just start raiding more in the back. This Pappy's pretty unprotected. There's a salt that's unprotected, as well as the sugar from earlier. And Daddy looks like he's on the retreat. Needs to make the city big or else he's going to lose it easily. And still doesn't even have 150 timber income.
Seeing some aggressions here, steady from Fatabi.
Yeah.
Well,
just continuously pushing.
Well. Yeah.
Is pop capped, looks like. Oh, looks like Fatabi doesn't go to the school of build a smelter. Where's the other mine? Oh, it's over here. These sieges are doing good work, starting to work on the tower, the lookout, the castle. Where are all Fatabi's cavalry?
I think they must have lost in that battle.
Wow, that's bad.
Yeah. It's bad micro, yeah.
All these British archers are doing good work, but the castle and the keep are going down with so many sieges, 4 sieges from Fatabi.
Yeah.
Also, the peacocks is really helping out here.
Yep, the extra 10 pop cap.
Yep.
Looks like he could bribe one knight. Oh no, he got his knight bribe. Never mind.
Yeah, they both have spies. They're both using scouts and spies. Nice work. Oh, actually, Kike doesn't have any spies. But where did Lockheed's army go? Wow, it just looks like ultimately the British, the pushing of the British archers was able to kill all of Lockheed's army. Lockheed lost like 20 population there. But admittedly, Lockheed is about to age. Needs only 100 knowledge. Whereas, let's see, the British player still needs a lot of food and a lot of knowledge and a good amount of knowledge.
Yeah, and Daddy's way behind.
Yeah, unfortunately for Daddy. The army is still good, you know. Heavy chevaliers are still quite good.
I mean, no, he's still in a position to push and cause trouble. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
he's got to do it sooner than later. You know, if you have the army size advantage, even against upgraded units, that's fine. Especially, like I said, if you can get that double healing, which he's not using because he doesn't have a freaking supply wagon, which is driving me crazy here.
Yeah.
That he's just relying on just the despot.
Yeah. Daddy's going to lose a bunch of these crossbowmen. There's too many knights from Lockheed here. And just, you know, Daddy could have saved these earlier, but now the crossbowmen are just going to get run over by all these heavy knights.
Yeah, tough break there.
Tough break, yeah.
And you're fighting an age down. Looks like he's finally getting Science 3.
Yeah, and looks like Fatabi chose to put down Terracotta Army rather than research Gunpowder Age because not enough food now. I don't know about that, Chief.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not going to help.
Would like to see a keep or something on this city to make it large, but looks like the city's going to go down. And looks like Daddy's giving excuses now. He says he boomed a lot. Yeah, I mean, yes. That's
you think? He's Inca with, you know, two wonders.
Yeah, like, I don't know, you think? Like...
Yeah. Captain Obvious here.
Yeah. Yeah, ultimately, I think that forward city position, as well as just, like, a little bit inefficient managing of the army was what caused Daddy to lose this side so badly. Because I think he was very close to just killing outright, but
Yeah.
ultimately it was just army composition was a little bit off and a little too slow.
And it looks like Fatabi's going to age now, so it's going to be up to him to try and make something happen here.
Yeah.
Even though I did just realize that Fatabi still has had this a merchant at Poitiers, the capital of France, there for about, I don't know, 30 minutes. I think he's using that merchant for something. But I guess he's just in there to help defend the city.
Yeah.
Even though he's not an armored merchant.
Not even using relics. Wow.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh well.
Yeah, that's the only rare Daddy's been using, and that's the only rare that's really been keeping him in the game. So
yeah,
that's been clutch for him. And if you look at the other side, I mean, they haven't been using a ton of rares either. But the big two I called early, Happy and Sugar, you know, those are being used for Locky anyways. And looks like Kike's using quite a few more: salt, silk, wine, gems.
Yeah, here we do see a big sandwich coming from Fatabi. Unfortunately, could have ambushed, and that would have been a good fight, but now is just forced to run away. And the British player doesn't have enough siege to make anything really happen. If you just target fire down the despot, then you can get allegiance, you can get attrition and easily overwhelm there.
Yeah, it looks like Kike's aging now, so that's gonna be might be GG here.
Yeah, it looks like it. I don't know how they're gonna be able to win this side now.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is Daddy just has to keep just harassing Locky so he can't rotate, and then just let Fatabi try and get some momentum. You know, this army composition's not the strongest for Kike, so if I mean it's actually decent now.
Yeah,
but
has a lot. It's a mix of pikes and archers, which is good.
Yeah,
just not that much cavalry.
Yeah, it's a little small. So if they can pick that up, like if he can eliminate this army real fast, he can rush into Norwich. Norwich is pretty much undefended. Oh, there's one tower there, but it's off to the side. It's not going to really help. He can sack that real quick, and then force Locky to rotate back, and to give Daddy a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, we don't see a forced march from Fatabi, which is going to hurt. You know, Kike's going to get away with most of the army. Just lose 2 sieges. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, that's too bad. Could have done a lot more damage. You see the sieges are coming in now. He's updating to the bombards. Gonna start working on Norwich here again. And let's see if he can take it there.
Yeah, but this is a big British. This is a big ball of British infantry here. It's going to be kind of hard to crack. Fortunately for Fatabi, the units are out of place, and now Fatabi can just go around and take Norwich, hopefully, while Kike is just sitting there. But these sieges don't siege fast enough.
Yeah, it looks like Daddy's about a minute, maybe 2 minutes away from aging. That's going to help him.
It's going to be like 4 minutes or so, because, well, let's see, 1:30. It's going to be like 3 minutes, I think. Right?
Okay, so like 3 minutes from aging.
Yeah. This castle's not going to go up. It's a very optimistic castle.
Yeah. Yeah, all those heavy cavalry and the siege, city's going down.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We do see Monarch coming here from Locky, and who has also gone for Mill 4. Doesn't have armor quite yet, but it.
Yeah, but that's going to be trouble. Mill 4 armor with the Monarch, all those heavy cavalry.
And Fatabi's just going back. Fatabi really needs to just make something happen on the side. You know, just get Monarch just crushed with a bunch of Incan cavalry.
Yeah, him rotating back is not helping. What's going to help him is he needs to force Locky to rotate.
Yes.
So he needs to keep pushing. Capture Norwich, which he almost has a couple of times now. Hold it there, force Locky to rotate back, and then that's the way you're going to help your teammate here. Not rotating back and you know, potentially losing more troops, and you're losing ground. Yeah, just not a good move here, because he's not going to take this back.
Yeah.
If you look at
exactly.
At Locky's army, there's no way he's taking that back.
Yeah, Locky has Monarch. Locky's gonna have armor soon, or a +2 armor.
Yeah, you're better off just trying to push and put pressure on Kike's capital, rather than try and take this fight here. And if you look at Daddy's army's basically non-existent. And he's got 5 heavy cavalry, which is better than nothing. But it's gonna be tough against this Monarch.
Definitely.
They're gonna need if they can snipe the Monarch, maybe.
Yeah,
too
that's
bad.
true. There's not even a Monarch from Fatabi here. Needs a forced march to get these units moving a little faster. And,
Yeah.
I don't know about this, Chief. Looks
Yeah,
like
he's gonna
it
take out...
is... Locky is going to get sandwiched, which is good, but these knights are now just going to run over all of the army here from Fatabi.
Yeah, the knight's just gonna be too strong, yeah. And it looks like Daddy's trying to snipe the Monarch, but he might lose his whole army trying to do that.
No, I don't think so. It's just... Looks like ultimately It looks like ultimately Locky will lose this fight, but it was a Pyrrhic victory for
Yeah, exactly.
for the Call of Daddy here.
Yeah. And meanwhile, you see Kike rotating back to the bottom. He's putting pressure on the capital here. He's
Yeah,
gonna take
has
his power
Monarch,
down.
upgraded cavalry, a bunch of pikemen. There's no way. Like at this point, Fatabi can't even beat Kike. Had the offensive momentum earlier, but now it's not gonna work out.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be GG here.
Yeah. Looks like the city of Coronavirus Town is gonna go down.
Yeah. Yep. So they're burning it out at least, trying to kill all that coronavirus first.
Yeah.
So they're letting it on fire.
Yep.
So when they go in, they'll have a nice, clean city to go
Yeah.
capture. Yeah, and they have Marseille now. So Daddy's army is pretty much gone.
Yep. And it looks like they're gonna take the capital easily.
Yeah. Daddy can age now though, but he's not.
That's true, but it's just far too late. There's
Yeah, I think this is over.
All right.
This is over. You want to fast forward?
Sure, yeah. So, GG, really nice play. From I think I was most impressed from Locky's ends. You know, when you have a French despot against you, you know, it's usually hard to really keep up with the economy and stuff. But ultimately, Locky was able to boom and outboom Fatabi surprisingly.
Yeah.
Who is pressured by a British despot, which is usually a little less scary. You know, British take a little bit longer to get going.
And it looks like Kike is wisely getting the Forbidden City, so they can't get that. Oh, it looks like he took back Coronavirus Town momentarily.
And it looks like here we're gonna see Daddy get his army destroyed.
Yeah, just absolutely steamrolled.
Yeah.
That's a huge army for Locky. And Daddy's saying he boomed a lot. It's once again Captain Obvious here.
Yeah. No need to make excuses. This
Yeah,
game was over after. Really, I think it was after Daddy researched Commerce 2 and didn't max out the economy.
Yeah, pretty much. I agree. He had his moments though. And it looks like Coronavirus Town's going down again. Well, he moved capital temporarily, it looks like.
Yeah. I think I'm a little bit behind you, but we're both fast forwarding, so.
Yeah, I'm just fast forwarding.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll hit play if for some miracle happens, but it looks like Daddy's just getting steamrolled. And now you're gonna see Daddy's capital go down.
Yep, this is a giant Colossus army.
Yeah. All armored up.
And the GGs are called GG.
Yep.
And now we see Locky also aging up to age 5.
Yeah.
What a Sahar game! Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And insult to injury there, a little age 5 for you on the way out.
Yep.
So just waiting for this to finish here.
Yeah.
And there are the GGs. Looks like Fatabi's gonna keep fighting on here. Garbage time. Alright, Fatabi keeps fighting.
Yep. Keeps on going. Just fighting it out. Fighting the good fight, I guess.
Just trying to pad his stats a little bit. Get some more kills.
Uh,
Get his researches in.
But look at this army from Loki here.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's just proper Colossus army. Yeah.
I recognize the scoreboard is located in this bottom right here, so you actually can't see how much army there is, but I'll move it for a moment.
But yeah, it's huge. It is huge.
Yeah, look at this army. Anyways. They'll never take our freedom.
That's right. But they will take your capital.
Yep.
There, Fatabi's holding on here.
Yeah.
He's trying to get to age 5, I think. That's his.
I don't know. This is just Fatabi's poor population is only at 50 something now, and we see Versailles from Loki.
It's a moral victory for him, you know. He just wants to get the age.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. All right, and finally, last city goes down. So that's that.
Yeah. GG.
And Fatabi ended up making more units overall. And they'll probably in that garbage time mostly.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to move this scoreboard back down over here. All right, so that is going to be 2-0 in favor of AL in this game and match.
Yep.
Wow. I think that was like that was a pretty close series despite the 2-0. I think I was more impressed with the play in the first game. This game, it felt like a couple players made a bunch of blunders, which unfortunately didn't end up working out for them.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
Just bad break there. Loki with the most kills, 275 to be expected with Colossus.
Yeah.
And he was just boom, boom, boom. As you can see, Fatabi was really trying to support there. Sent almost 3,100 resources to Daddy.
Yeah.
That's a great support. All gold.
Yep, definitely.
So he was definitely trying to help his teammate as much as he could. I think Fatabi had the opportunity there where he could have just put pressure on Kike, get to Kike's capital, and force Loki back to rotate rather than retreat.
Yeah.
For me, that was the key kind of final pivotal moments. There's many pivotal moments.
Yeah.
That was probably the final one that could have really kept them in the game. But instead he went back and ended up taking on a bad battle and then just...
Yeah, and then from there, the game's over.
Yeah, Kike was able to rotate up, sack his cap, and then it was just kind of all over from there, so yeah.
Yeah.
But that's that.
Yeah. All right. So that's going to be a 2-0 victory for AL against Call of Daddy. AL is now 2-0 and Call of Daddy is now 0-1. Thank you so much for watching our cast today. We hope you enjoyed it a lot. And we will be back tomorrow, probably.
Yes, we will be. I don't know who we'll figure out who we're streaming tomorrow, but I do have some more replays.
All right, cool. Sounds good.
See you guys.
All right, bye-bye.
Great play.